Hello everyone. The next topic which we will be discussing is about the human digestive system. So, before starting this human digestive system and the parts of the human digestive system, first thing that all living organisms require for the energy and for the organic matters of growth is the food. So, food is the only organic compound and usually they can be of plant or the animal origin. The major components of the food include the carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, and it also contains vitamins and minerals in the small quantities. So, the process of this conversion of complex food substances to simple absorbable forms is called the digestion, and it is being carried out by the digestive system by mechanical and the biochemical methods. So, the digestive system which we will be talking about, it absorbs water, vitamins and minerals and eliminate these wastes from the body. So we will start discussing about the human digestive system. So let's start with the introduction first. That human digestive system comprises of various organs which work together to convert the food into energy for the body. So we have talked about food, that food is the organic compound. So what is happening is the food will get converted into energy by the digestive system, and that energy is being needed for the body. So human digestive system and nutrition, they evolve the intake of food by an organism and its utilization for the energy. So in short, if we see the role of human digestive system is they help in the digestion of the food, and they will produce energy from that, and that energy is being used by our body for doing various functions. Now food that we undergo much processing before the nutrients present in them, they are utilized to generate the energy, and this processing, it is known as the digestion. So this process is known as the digestion. So the digestive system of the human body is the sum of the gastrointestinal tract, that is also called as the alimentary canal, and there are some accessory organs. For example, there is liver, there is tongue, pancreas, etc. So these two parts, they together help in the digestion process. What are the two parts? The two parts are the gastrointestinal tract and various accessory organs. Now we will be discussing is that digestive system, it involves 6 basic digestive processes. Now this is a diagram which is representing the digestive system and the various organs that are involved in the digestive system. So there are all the labelings here, that what are the organs that are involved in the human digestive system. So in this we will first discuss that there are 6 digestive processes that the digestive system involves, and these are the processes: ingestion, secretion, mobility, digestion, absorption and defecation. Now what are these? So ingestion, what is ingestion? As the name suggests, in which means taking in the food into the mouth. So the when the human takes the food into the mouth, that process is known as the ingestion. Now secretion, what is secretion? Release of acid, enzyme and bile into the lumen of the gastrointestinal tract. So there is a secretion of various enzymes and various acids which helps in the absorption of the food. Next comes the mobility. So mobility refers to the movement which causes propulsion and mixing of food through the gastrointestinal tract. So this is known as the mobility. Digestion, when there is a mechanical and chemical breakdown of food. So we have discussed digestion in detail. So this is the mechanical and the chemical breakdown of the food which is known as the digestion. The absorption. So absorption is when there is an assimilation of the digested food. So when the food is being digested, the assimilation of the digestive products from the gastrointestinal tract into the blood and the lymph is known as the absorption. Defecation, it is the elimination of feces from the gastrointestinal tract. So when the food is being absorbed, it will be removed out from the body. So this is known as the defecation. Now we have various organs, various important organs of the digestive system. So what are these organs? These organs will include the mouth first. So mouth, where the journey of this digestive system starts. So there are various parts of the digestive system. So it comprises of various organs. They work together and they convert the food into energy. So this is the main function. We were telling you that this is the main function, that it converts the food into energy and other basic nutrients to power the body. So it will give energy to the body. So the digestive system, where the mechanical and chemical breakdown of food is being done, and that is being converted into energy. So we will be discussing the parts of the digestive system here. So when the food we take is indigested and it is utilized by our body, the unused food is being defecated. So this is one simple line which is telling the whole of the digestive system, that food we take and then we remove or they excrete the food. The process from the ingestion to the defecation is known as the process of digestive system, where various other processes and various other organs are involved. So what are these organs are? So first we will be discussing is the mouth. So mouth starts its journey from the food or the oral cavity. So what is happening is, so mouth is also known as the buccal cavity. So you can see here in this figure also there is a oral cavity which is being written. So it is a mouth. So mouth is formed by cheeks, lips and tongue and teeth. So what is happening is, there is a teeth which is being present in the mouth. So teeth, what is the function of teeth here? So teeth, they cut, tear the food and they reduce the solid to smaller particles for swelling. It helps in the physical breakdown of the food. So the development of the teeth and their type, the number and the arrangement in the mouth is called the dentitions. That is known as the dentitions. We will not be covering each of these parts in the mouth, but we will first focus on what is the function of mouth as a overall. So we have told you that teeth plays a major role, that it converts the solid particles into smaller pieces or smaller particles that helps in the swallow of the food. So there are many organs that contribute to the digestion process, which includes teeth, the salivary glands. The salivary glands produces the saliva, which helps in the easy movement of the food from the mouth to the esophagus, and then to esophagus to the stomach, and the tongue. So the tongue will push the food to the esophagus. Now teeth, they are designed for grinding the food particles into small pieces, and these are moistened with the saliva before the tongue pushes the food into the pharynx. So pharynx, larynx, pharynx, they are just part of the esophagus here. So that will push the food to the food pipe. Esophagus is also known as the food pipe. So that will push the food into the esophagus. So we have talked about tongue, that it forms the floor for the oral cavity, and the tongue is made up of skeletal muscles which is composed with mucous membrane. So this is what the tongue is. Now pharynx we were talking about. When the food is first swallowed, it passes from the mouth into the pharynx, that is the throat, which is a funnel shaped tube that extends from the internal nares to the esophagus previously. So the next we will discuss is about the pharynx. So you can see the pharynx has been labeled in the figure here. So what is pharynx? Pharynx, it is a fibromuscular Y-shaped tube which is attached to the terminal end of the mouth. So it acts as a common passageway for both the digestive system as well as the respiratory system. So in respiratory system will be a different topic, so we will not be discussing here. So we will be discussing what the role of pharynx that is being played in case of the digestive system. So this Y-shaped tube is mainly involved in the passage of chewed crushed food from the mouth through the esophagus. So it has a major part in the respiratory system. We have already told you that, and they are formed through the pharynx from the nasal cavity on its way to lungs. So it is the common pathway. So pharynx is a common pathway for the digestive system as well as the respiratory system. The next part is the esophagus. So esophagus, they connects the pharynx of the stomach. It is a muscular tube which approximately it is 25 centimeters long. So in esophagus, basically the submucosa contains mucus secreting submucosal esophagus gland called as esophageal gland proper. So this is a muscular tube which connects to the pharynx. So you can see this is the diagrammatic representation of the pharynx, and it is a, a part of an upper section of a gastrointestinal tract. So it is the upper part of the gastrointestinal tract. It supplies the swallowed food along with its length. So it will swallow the food along with its length. So esophagus plays no role in the chemical digestion of the food. Its sole purpose is to conduct the food bolus from the mouth to the stomach. Just it's just like a way that is being provided for the food to be reached to the stomach. So the function here is only that its role is to conduct the food from the mouth to the stomach. So it will do this. Next is we will talk about the stomach. So this is a diagrammatic representation of a stomach, and there are various other things which are mentioned, but we will not focus on that here. We will only focus that this is a sac-like organ which is located between the esophagus and the small intestine. Its function are to store, dissolve and partially digest the food particles, and they regulate the rate at which the stomach contents released into the small intestine. So it is just a muscular bag which is situated at the left side of the abdominal cavity and beneath the diaphragm. This vital organ it's help in the storage of the food and provides enough time to digest the meal. So the walls of the stomach has deep folds. So you can see this that it has deep folds. So the wall of the stomach, it has deep folds. The muscular wall of the stomach, they churns and mix the food with the gastric juice. So they mix the food with the gastric juice. The stomach, it has been further divided into 5 parts, that is cardia, fundus, corpus, antrum and phylorus. So there are many functions. Each of them have a function to perform in the stomach. Now we will be talking about is that the stomach also produces some of the digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid that will maintain the process of the digestion. So first we will discuss is about the mucus. So mucus, it is an aqueous secretion which is produced by the mucous membrane. What is the function of mucus here? So the function here is to protect the stomach lining and the gastric pits from the acid which is produced by the glands to destroy the bacteria that have entered through the food particles. So when there is an entry of the bacteria through the food particles, so the mucus will help to destroy the bacteria. Now digestive enzymes, so there are group of enzymes which function by breaking down the polymeric macromolecules like biopolymers into smaller and simpler substances. So this is the function of the digestive enzymes here in the stomach. Now the hydrochloric acid is also present in the stomach. So it is a digestive fluid which is formed by the stomach during the process of the digestion. What is the function of hydrochloric acid here? Its function is that it destroys the harmful microorganisms that are present in the food particles. So its main function is to destroy the harmful microorganisms. The next is about the small intestine. So as you can see that after the stomach there is a small intestine which is being depicted in the diagram. So this is a small intestine. What is a small intestine? It is a thin long tube of 10 centimeter feet long. So how much long it is? It is about 10 feet long, and a part of the lower gastrointestinal tract. So it is just below the stomach. It is present just behind the stomach and it occupies maximum area of the abdominal cavity. So it occupies maximum area of the abdominal cavity. The complete small intestine is colloid and the inner surface consists of folds and ridges. So small intestine, it is the site where the most digestion and absorption takes place. So there is a most absorption and digestion which takes place. Here, no further digestion is being accomplished after the luminal contents passes beyond the small intestine. So the maximum absorption and the digestion takes place here. So after this process, after when the food is reached to the small intestine, there is no further absorption or digestion which takes place. So small intestine is named for its small diameter, but it is very large in length. So it is very long in length, but it is small intestine because it has a very small diameter. So the first part of the small intestine is called as the duodenum. So this was about the small intestine. Now we talk about is the large intestine. So you can see that this is a thick and long tube which is measuring around 5 feet in length. So it is only 5 feet in length. It is present just beneath the stomach and wraps the superior and the lateral edges of the small intestine. So where we were showing the small intestine, we were showing the small intestine inside this large intestine. So it is just the edge of the small intestine. The small intestine is larger in diameter than the small intestine, but it is shorter in length. So its mucosal epithelium, they contains mostly absorptive and globulate cells. They do not produce any digestive enzymes and it does absorb water, salts and some vitamins. So that there is no, it does not produce any digestive enzyme, but they absorb the water, salts and some vitamins. So it also stores indigestible material until it is eliminated from the anus. So it consists of bacteria that supports the breakdown of wastes to fetch the small nutrients. So it is this. There are many parts which is being depicted here that consist of the large intestine itself. The next is the rectum. So rectum, where waste products they are passed into the end of the large intestine, is called as the rectum. And they eliminate the body as a solid matter called stools. So when the excreta or the stools they are released from the rectum itself. It is stored in the rectum as a semi-solid feces, which later exits from the body through the anal canal through the process of defecation. So this is the role of rectum in the digestive system. So we were talking about some of the accessory organs as well. So what are the accessory organs? We were saying that there are tongue, which acts as an accessory organ, then pancreas and liver. So tongue we have discussed in detail. Now pancreas, which is one of the largest gland present just behind the stomach. So it is just present behind the stomach. It is short with its interior connected to the duodenum. Duodenum, as I was telling you, it is the first it is the first part of the small intestine, so that is known as the duodenum. And the pancreas, they are connected to the duodenum and the posterior, which is pointing to the left part of the abdominal cavity. So what is the function of pancreas? So pancreas releases digestive enzymes to complete the process of the chemical digestion. So it helps in the process of the chemical digestion. Now the liver, which is also acts as an accessory organ. So it is roughly triangular reddish brown accessory organ of the digestive system. Where it is located? It is located to the right of the stomach. It produces bile juice, which helps in the digestion of fat in the small intestine. And the bile is stored and recycled in the gallbladder. So where the bile is being recycled, so it is recycled in the gallbladder. It is a small pear shaped organ which is located just next to the liver. So these are all the parts or organs of the digestive system. Now the main thing, the functions of the digestive system. What are the functions of the digestive system? There are two main functions. First is the digestion and absorption of food, which are the main two functions of the digestive system. Digestion is necessary for the breakdown of food particles into nutrients, and that is used by the body as an energy source, cell repair, and the growth of the body. Food and drink need to be converted into smaller molecules of nutrients before it is absorbed by the blood and it is carried to the cells throughout the body. The body, they break the nutrients which is present in the drinks and food into carbohydrates, vitamins, fats, and the protein. So this is how a digestive system functions, and these are all the functions of the digestive system that are important for the body's growth and cell repair, and also the energy source. These are some of the references. Thank you.